At the start of day 30, I look at my pursuit board some more and then set off to try and look for the blue robed figure. I set out, catch some fish, and roam around the nearby islands in order to find him. After some more roaming that leads into the darkness, eyes start appearing all around me. As I keep going, I find another stone that will respond to my touch now that I'm crazy enough. A deep vision enters your mind, a heart of stone wrapped in a twisting tail. A serpentine body, teeth rasping at its earthen shell. Larger now, bursting through a cliff, sending rocks tumbling into the water. An eye opens. Oh, it's talking about the monsters. I try and make my way back to the safe haven of Ingfell, but I sadly meet my demise at the hands of some rocks. Your ship is dashed to pieces. It just came out of nowhere, that rock. Getting to redo day 30, I instead try and focus on the quest for the aged conger eel. After some trouble with the monster, I managed to catch one, but upon arriving at Ingfell, the resident tells me that the eel is not aged enough. So I decide to try and wait until the sunset and see if that does the trick. Sadly, it still isn't aged enough when the morning arrives, so I just catch some fish and decide to stay in the bay of Gale Cliffs and make some easy money. As the night falls on day 31, I give her the aged conger eel and take a good night's rest. Day 32 is spent just roaming the islands between Greater Marrow and Gale Cliffs. As I arrive at Greater Marrow with some treasure, I also have the items needed to give me the first complete hull upgrade for my boat. At the start of day 33, I take some time to install the new twin engine, as I now have more space for equipment as well. I move to Little Marrow to sell the rest of the trinkets and spend some time managing and restoring the cramp pods that I have set in the Bay of Greater Marrow. On the night of day 33, I am just getting some more materials, and all of a sudden my Agato key light turns off. It's very strange. It has never happened to me during recordings, so I just take some time to try and reconnect it. On day 34, I store all the new materials that I have found since, and I want to focus on upgrading my boat as quickly as possible. I set out to gather more materials and roam around Steel Point some more as well. Here I find a small boat that luckily isn't destroyed yet. The person on board tells me that he was on his way to deliver a package to Little Marrow, but that a leviathan is lurking the waters and that he doesn't want to leave the safe haven of this small island. He passes the package on to me as I continue to loot everything around this boat and then make my way back to deliver this package. I first decide to stop at Greater Marrow and let it roll into day 35. I then deliver the package, sell my loot to the trader, and store some more materials towards a new upgrade that gives me 4 more cargo spaces. I decided it was time for a more adventure, and I head my way to Stellar Basin. I take my time sailing around, looting the area, but come nighttime, I am amazed and terrified what is happening around me. I look for a town, but instead I find an old fortress that is home to a scientist. She tells me about the accident and about this horrible creature that has destroyed everything. She also tells me that she is looking for a certain fish specimen, and I happen to have one in my cargo. I give it to her and then let it roll into day 36. I spend day 36 roaming around Stellar Basin and looting several trinkets and materials. I stumble across the old research outpost and find a research part and a weird prototype that I cannot do anything with at the moment. I gather some more materials and choose to teleport back to the Blackstone Isle as I store more of the materials and carefully select what I want to put my research parts towards on day 37. On day 37, I stick a bit more around Greater Marrow before heading back to Stellar Basin. Becoming more comfortable with the dark, I don't mind the nighttime adventure this time around. During the night of day 37, I find the remaining fish that the researcher needs. Going towards her and giving her these fish, she notes that she now needs the prototype part, but she suggests that I do that during the day. Heeding her advice, I go to sleep and just go towards the old research station on day 38. On my way to the old research station, I look into the deep middle part of Stellar Basin to see the monster. After retrieving the prototype parts, she gives me a new type of hook that allows me to catch fish from the deepest parts of this game. After receiving a device that should clear the monster's presence for a bit, the researcher gives me a new mission to catch some of these abyssal fish. After receiving the quest, I sail around the middle part of Stellar Basin and decide to also activate the repulsion device. With the repulsion device active, I can sail around more freely and loot some of the newly spawned fish and dredge spots. I catch some more fish and make my way back to Greater Marrow. I sell my stuff, repair the boat, and put research into a new rod and let it roll into day 40. On day 40, I do a bit more maintenance to the crab ponds and set sail towards Stellar Basin once again. I'm just minding my business when a giant tentacle starts attacking me out of nowhere. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh shit, oh shit, oh my, oh, can I turn it on? Oh my god, oh. Oh! I rush back to the research center to activate the repulsion device once again to give me some peace as I loot the area some more. I catch some more fish for the researcher and also collect the relic that was at the center of Stellar Basin for the collector. While the creature is not being a menace, I collect some more loot and head my way back to the researcher and give her some of the fish for the quest that she gave me. I just need one more fish to complete her quest and set out the next day to find it. Having thought that I completed everything in Stellar Basin for now, I head my way back to the collector, which gives me perhaps the most useful power in the game after handing him the next trinket. I head to Greater Marrow to sell my fish, repair the boat, talk to the lighthouse lady, and go to sleep once more, having completed yet another part of this game.